Hello everyone, this is Professor Raghavendra Adhyapak, KLS Kukti College of Commerce, Belagavi. So, in today's class, we are going to discuss about the factors in fundamental analysis. Okay, so in the last class, we studied about what is the fundamental analysis. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to start with the what are the different factors, right? So, in the last class, we studied about EIC analysis, right? So what is that EIC analysis? Economic, industry, and company analysis. Okay, including these three, we also called as EIC analysis. Correct. So in today's class, we will see what are the different factors. Okay, which are effects on a total profitability of the company. Okay, so in a different level like economic, industry, and company. Okay, so first economic factors. Okay, so first we'll see what are the different economic factors. First one is growth rate of GDP. So our growth rate of the GDP will also affect on the profitability, per capita income, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, infrastructure facilities, economic policies, and foreign policies. Okay, so these are the different factors we studied under the economic factor analysis. Okay, next in industry analysis or in industry, the factors affects is nature of the industry, life cycle of the industry, nature of the product, degree of competition, industry policies, labor condition, technological innovations, industrial tax, and laws. Okay, so these are the different factors which comes under the industry analysis. Next is company analysis. Under the company analysis, we studied the different factors like ratio analysis, product or service offered, management, corporate governance, business model, capital structure, share market. Okay, so share market is what how much of the market that company is taken. Okay, market share, that we called that marketing strategies. Okay, so what are the different strategies company adopting, that we study under this. Okay, so first we'll start with the economic analysis. Okay, so first we will see what is the meaning of this economic analysis. Okay, so what is economic analysis says? Economic analysis involves the study of macroeconomic factors in an economy and their influence on the profitability of securities. It evaluates the economic condition to check whether they are conducive for the growth of industries. Okay, so under the economic analysis, what we analysis, we studied the macroeconomic factors. Okay, so we study the macroeconomic factors which influence the profitability of securities. Okay, so in this economic analysis, what are the different economic factors we consider? Economic factors such as GDP growth rate, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, balance of payment, monetary and fiscal policies, and other different policies that we are going to consider while studying the economic analysis. Okay, so after studying these all things, we can say that economic analysis is nothing but evaluating the different economic factors, that too macroeconomic factors, which influence or which affects the profitability of the securities. Okay, so that is known as economic analysis. The performance of a company depends on the performance of the economy. Let us look some of the key economic variables that an investor must monitor as a part of his fundamental एनालिसिस. ओके, यहाँ पे क्या बोलता है, जो कुछ भी कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस है ना, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ इकोनॉमी. सो इकोनॉमी ऑफ द कंट्री, अगर कंट्री का इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन अच्छा है, इट मीन्स द कंपनी विल आल्सो रन प्रॉपरली. Okay, so if there is an ups and downs or problems with some economic conditions of the company, that effects will also what comes on that particular industry or company. Correct. So the performance of the company is depends or influenced by the performance of the economy. Okay, so we already saw that which are the factors we get: growth rate, inflation, interest rate, exchange rate, okay, balance of payment, etc. That we will see now one by one. Okay, so first one is, what is the first one? Growth rate of national income. Okay, the growth rate of a national economy is important variable to consider by the investor. ओके, सो जो कुछ भी नेशनल इकोनॉमी का ग्रोथ रेट है उसका भी असर क्या पड़ता है? सिक्योरिटी के ऊपर पड़ता है. ओके, सो नेशनल इकोनॉमी का ग्रोथ कैसे हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं? विद द हेल्प ऑफ जीएनपी, दैट इज ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट, एनएनपी नेट नेशनल product, GDP, gross domestic product. Okay, so like this, different indexes we take into consideration to measure the growth rate of the national income. Okay, with that we also take the total income and total economic output also to calculate what is the growth rate in the country. Correct. Next is inflation. So what is the inflation? Inflation is nothing but a decrease in the value of money, and which reduces the purchasing power in the hands of consumer. Okay, so this will result in lower the demand of the products. Inflation prevailing in the economy has a considerable impact on performance of companies. Higher the rate of inflation, upset the business plans. Okay, so inflation क्या effect होता है securities के ऊपर? If there is a inflation, more inflation in the country, by which what will happen? The price of the goods will increase, correct, and purchasing power of the consumer will reduce, correct. If purchasing power of the consumers are reducing, the demand will what? Automatically goes down, correct. अगर आपके पास पैसा नहीं है परचेज करने के लिए, सो ऑब्वियसली आप क्या करते हैं? डिले करते हैं डिमांड को, या नेक्स्ट आप क्या करते हो? पोस्टपोन करते हो, करेक्ट. सो वी विल नॉट गो फॉर द purchasing of those goods if we don't have money to purchase the things, correct. So like this, decrease. Okay, so decrease in the value of money will leads to what happen? Decrease to the demand, by which प्रोडक्शन विल ऑल्सो गोज टू डाउन. ओके, अगर डिमांड कम है प्रोडक्शन भी कम होगा, अगर प्रोडक्शन कम है सेल्स भी कम होगा, अगर सेल्स कम है ऑब्वियसली प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी भी कम होगा, अगर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कम है ऑब्वियसली if you're investing in such companies you will get the return also less only, correct. So like that, one inflation leads to many variances in your securities or returns. Okay, so this inflation affects more on the performance of the companies. Okay, next is interest rates. Okay, so what is interest rate? Interest rates determine the cost and availability of credit for companies operating in an economy. Low interest rate stimulates investment by making the credit available easily and cheaply, and if there is higher the interest rate, that result into the higher cost of production, by which lower the profitability and demand. Okay, so interest rate का मतलब क्या है? For example, if you want to run the business, so every time we will not have sufficient money, we take the credit or loan from different institutions. अगर आपका लोन का interest rate कम है, then well and good, you can fix a proper price and you can get the return and you can pay that interest and principal. If whatever the loan you are taking, if the interest rate is high, okay, so in that case what will happen? While producing your product, after producing your product, while fixing the price, you will set the little bit higher price for that product. Why? Because on that product you have taken the loan, that principal amount you have to repay, plus higher the rate of interest is there, that you have to pay, plus you have to get your profit, correct. So like that, including these all factors, you will fix the higher price for that particular product. ओके, अगर प्राइस हाई है मार्केट में, डिमांड क्या होता है? ऑब्वियसली कम हो जाता है. सो इफ देयर इज लो डिमांड, अगेन लो सेल्स, देन लो प्रॉफिट. सो लाइक दैट, if the interest rate, okay, whatever credit you are taking from the different institution, if that amount is also high, then obviously it will also affects on your return in the securities, okay, and profitability of the company. Next is exchange rate. Okay, so what is the exchange rate? So basically, you all know that import and export. So what is the import? If we purchase goods and service from different countries, then it is known as import. And if we sell the different product to the different countries or the nation, then it is known as export. Okay, so whenever we go for the import and export, at that time we have to pay the amount in terms of foreign currencies, correct? Okay, so if in front of foreign currencies our Indian rupees are going down, then obviously it will affect adversely on the import, means we have to pay more and more, correct? If the Indian rupees are strengthening in front of the foreign currencies, then it is good indicator, correct? So like that, ups and downs or this exchange rates will also affect on your return. Okay, next is infrastructure. Okay, so what is infrastructure? Infrastructure facilities such as power, transportation, communication. Okay, so credit facility, these all are the different things which are required to run any business in a country. Okay, so if these infrastructure are available in the country in a proper way or in a good condition, then the even company will run properly and they will earn the more profit and give the good return. If these basic infrastructure facilities like power, transportation, communication, extra etc are not good in a country, then obviously that leads to insufficiency in the productivity, by which our production goes down, and due to that sales will reduce, and again its effects on the profitability, right? So like that, these are the different factors which we are considered under the economic analysis in the fundamental analysis. So in the next class, we are going to start with the industry analysis. Okay, so under this industry analysis, we study the what are the different industry related factors. Okay, now whatever we studied, GDP, GNP, exchange rate, interest rate, inflation rate, these all are related to the economy of the country, right? So we studied now economic related factors, but in the next class, in the industry analysis, we are going to start with the different factors which are related to the industry and that are going to effects on profitability and return on securities. Okay, so that we'll study in the next class.